What's up, everybody? It's the White Magical Tiger. Oh, wow. I almost passed out. All right. So it's kind of hard to tell, but I'm at the top of a mountain right now. And the altitude almost got me. I'm like up here at the peak pretty much. It's pretty sweet. See if you can see the view. You can see all the Tibetan flags. I almost passed out on the way up here. I was on this mountain the other day, and they were like, "Oh, be careful of like the altitude sickness." And me being White Magic Tiger, being like, "Nah, ain't gonna happen to me." Y'all, I'm up here by myself. I was like, "Damn, I'm about to black out." Oh man. It's not about the destination. It's about the journey. It's about the journey, not the destination. So I wasn't supposed to be here today, or so I thought. So I was going to go to this lake called Pangdong So Lake. And because I was looking up like the top things to do around here, and everyone says go to that lake. And I was researching it, and it looked pretty touristy. It looked like a tourist trap. And the other day I was gonna book on booking.com. Like, I don't normally like book so many days in advance, but I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna book all this. And I tried to book a place at the lake, and it wasn't working. The internet stopped working. I booked like 3 days in advance for different places, and then when I got to the like day 4 book at the lake, it wouldn't work. And I took that as a sign, like maybe I'm not supposed to go there. So I chilled out. I waited a few days. And then I kept seeing, I actually like was thinking like, it's not about the destination. It's not about just going to the lake. It's about the journey getting to the lake. And then I would see these signs. They have these little signs. It's actually kind of cool. They got these like motivational little signs all over these roads around here in Ladakh, India. And one of them was like, I think it said like, it's about the journey, not the destination. And I'm like, dude, that is a confirmation. That's exactly what I was thinking in my mind. So last night I booked a room at the lake and for other places afterwards. And I'm on my journey, and it was going to be a big bike ride, y'all. So Google Maps said it would be about 4.5 hours. And every day so far, I've been doing about 3.5, 3 hour, 2.5 hour journeys. Today is my 4th day in a row of doing a big motorcycle ride. First day was 3.5 hours. Second day was 2.5 hours. Yesterday was 3 hours. Today is like another 3.5. But this one to the lake was supposed to be 4.5 hours. That's just what Google Maps says. And realistically, it's going to be like 7 hours with breaks and everything. And I woke up exhausted, I've been having some demonic nightmares the past few nights. I'll get into that in a second. I want to show you all these flags. These flags are dope. Not really the best. Yeah, you can kind of see it from right there. Anyways, got one right there. I get there and I'm going. The highway's closed. They had the highway closed down. I couldn't go there. And I'm looking at the maps. There's no way to get to this lake except for me to do like around about 5 hours out of the way. It's like physically impossible. It would have been physically impossible for me to get the lake today because that section of the road was closed. I know this is kind of boring. I had to call the places, told them what's up. They gave me my money back. Pretty cool. Gave them a 5-star review on Google Maps just for the cool customer service. But the other night, so the other day, let's wind it. All right, check this out on my leg. You see that? Can you see that? Hopefully you can see that. It's pretty gnarly. I burnt my calf when I was in Rishikesh on the motorcycle exhaust pipe. I was getting off the bike and I like seared my calf, and gnarly, just melted the skin right off. And it was interesting because earlier that day, I met someone that said dipping into the Ganges rivers, which runs right through Rishikesh, and I was very reluctant to jump into the river because it's like a dirty Indian river, but it's also like the most sacred river in the entire world that all the saints and yogis, they're like, oh, this river's so holy. But I'm like there, and I'm like, dude, I know these rivers kind of dirty. And this lady told me, she was like, yeah, I had a friend, he hurt his leg, and then he gets in the river, and the next day his leg's completely healed. That afternoon, I burned my leg, and I'm like, okay, I gotta jump in the river. So the next day, I get in the river, I'm like, all right, come on, white magic tiger, work on that fearlessness, work on your faith. And so I get in the river and everything, like, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Every tongue that rises up against me thou shalt condemn. For this is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and righteousness is of me, saith the Lord. I wasn't necessarily thinking that, but I was thinking like faith. I'm going to be all right. Like, I'm not going to die from this. And because I've had staph infections in the past and everything. Anyways, so that's been healing, and I've also been using some urine therapy and peroxide on it as well. But the other night, dude, I was sleeping at this place, and like I had a nightmare, and these like bugs, like all these bugs, like were eating it. They were eating at it. Like I feel like I was in the astral realm, and like I woke up in the room, and like I whipped the covers off, and there was like these cockroach beings, like a multiple of them, like inside my leg, like gnawing on it, trying to get in my leg, and I thought it was real life, but when I woke up, I realized like that was in the dream realm. It must have been like my astral body, and those were astral critters just like nibbling on my leg, and it was nasty, bad vibes. And then the next night after that, unless it was the same night, it was pretty sweet. I was motorcycle driving in my dream, and my cousin was riding on back as well. It was really interesting. And I'm like, it was super strange. I'm like driving this motorcycle, and I'm like driving through walls, and they're exploding, and I keep going. And at one point I'm floating through the sky. I'm literally flying, and I have like a brief moment of lucid dreaming, and I'm like, dude, I'm dreaming. And so what's my go-to? I get in lotus posture, like I'm floating, flying in the sky, and I put my legs in lotus posture. I put my hands in the mudra, and I'm like literally meditating in the sky. And I start doing somersaults, like I'm doing like somersaults in the sky in lotus posture meditation, closing my eyes, like trying to go to the next level of that dimension. That was the cool part of the dream. But last night, dude, like this bug like came out of my like butt like area, like this like parasite thing, and like I put it in a trash bag. And I'm like at my dad's house too, and I'm like going through the garage, and like, dude, and it's in a trash bag, and I'm trying to tie a knot in the trash bag, but I can't. And this bug parasite creature, like it looked like a scorpion kind of parasite thing, and it's like swinging the bag around, like it's super strong, and like I'm about to throw it in the trash can, and it's ripping holes in the plastic trash bag, and I'm tripping. Oh man, and I can't get in the trash can. I'm about to get in the trash can. It escapes out. And like, dude, I run back inside. And as I'm running back inside, now the garage area is covered with bugs flying everywhere. Like thousands of bugs are flying everywhere. And I get inside the house, and the bugs are starting to come inside the house. And dude, it's kind of nightmarish. Like, this was not a pleasant dream. My mom and dad were in there too. And like towards the end, what I remember is like, I was like intuitive, like turn the lights off and light a candle. Now, when I woke up, my initial thought was I need a cleanse. Like, I think I got parasites, y'all. I got parasites. And I'm going to tie this back into the whole thing of, like, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. And, yeah, I think it's pretty clear. Like, I'm having multiple dreams about bugs eating my leg. And I think the idea about, like, the garage is, like, it's symbolic of, like, it's the back of the house. It's my colon. I need to cleanse the colon. I haven't done a cleanse in a while. I haven't done any enemas or colonics or juicing or water fasting in quite a while. I've been neglecting that, and I feel like I might have been accumulating some parasites and some bugs, y'all. And so I'm just sharing it with y'all that part of my journey, my destination is to be pure, holy, in union with God, sanctified, and all this, and clean inside and out, and have my soul just unified with the oversoul of God through the royal science of Raja Yoga meditation that was taught by Jesus Christ to the apostles, taught by Krishna to Arjuna, taught by Buddha to his disciples, nirvana, samadhi, kingdom of heaven is within us kind of thing. And so part of that journey, Jesus says some of these demons only come out by prayer and fasting. And on my journey, I've had a lot of reluctance to water fasting. And then I came across juicing, and I realized, juicing, that's where it's at. I can do that. And still, but some days, I really crave those samosas and burritos and vegan pizza and all that. But it's having that, what my mom would say, it's all about moderation. And I've been going hard. I've been going hard on this Indian food around here in India. I'm really digging it, but I'm not digging these nightmares either. And I'm not saying I'm going to fast or anything, but I do know I need to, but I'm a rebel. And sometimes I crave some samosas and some dal and curry and all that. But anyways, so that's one aspect of the journey, is this cleansing aspect. But then one thing I was thinking about as well is like the exercise journey. And on the exercise journey, I used to have a false idol named Arnold Schwarzenegger. And I wanted to I thought like that's the way. Like I got to be super jacked, super ripped. And I would see someone like Gandhi, a saint like Gandhi, and I'd be like, he's not a man. Look how skinny he is. He's sticking bones. Now that I know like Gandhi's story, that guy's so much more of a man. Like he's a saint. Like he would regularly do 21-day water fasts and like walk from village and village around India to inspire people and share the love of God. And I heard one thing as well was that he would sleep naked in bed with a bunch of young women, but he wouldn't have sex with them. It was like all consensual too. It was all consensual, and he did it as a way of like energizing himself, because he knew there was like a lot of energy in like the sexual energy, but he wouldn't have sex with these women. He would just like be in their presence. I don't know if it's true or not, but I was like, damn, Gandhi's kind of a baller, dude. And so that's one aspect. So there's one aspect is the cleansing, one aspect is the exercise journey. You got the meditation journey, because in the past I've had a lot of reluctance to meditation. Lately I've been having a lot more momentum. The chanting's been helping me a lot, and as I've been sharing in these videos, I like saying the Catholic Hail Marys, the Orthodox Jesus prayers, the Hindu Hare Krishnas, the Buddhist Om Mani Padme Hum, and all these really help me, y'all. They really help me out a lot. They get that momentum going. The Kriya Yogas of Babaji Krishna, Lahiri Mahasaya, Swami Sri Yukteswar, Paramahansa Yogananda, and Jesus Christ. And so in the past, though, I've had a lot of reluctance to meditation, and sometimes I still get that, especially at nighttime. Sometimes I just feel tired, and I'm just like, nah, I don't want to meditate. I just want to do that. And so this whole destination thing, like, what's my final destination? I would say it's like Christ, Krishna, crystalline consciousness. And what does that look like? Well, it looks like a lot of discipline, being a disciplined disciple, and that's the discipline to know when to fast, to know when to cleanse the colon, the discipline to be like to exercise, even though sometimes we don't want to exercise. It could be as simple as going for a walk, doing some stretching, or going hard in the gym and doing some back squats and some deadlifts. And yeah, getting that bench press, all that. Push, pull, legs. And the discipline to not be like, when it comes to women, to be pure in heart, and not necessarily take up every sexual opportunity and be like, yo, she's not my wife. I gotta turn down that opportunity. She's a hoe, she's a whore, she's a slut. Now, all right, y'all, I know that sounds pretty harsh, but it's reality, y'all. And I gotta say one thing, there's a big difference between men and women. Women are inherently born with their value. Men need to earn their value. Men need to prove themselves in this world. They need to earn their value. Women, if she's an 18-year-old beautiful virgin, she will have billionaires, multi-millionaires lining up for her. Women, if you're listening to this and you're young, all you have to do is remain a virgin, remain pure, keep your sexual purity. That's how you keep your value. But when women start sleeping around and being whores and being hoes and being sluts, you lose your value drastically. I know women may not care about men's body count, but men care so much about women's body count. And so the best thing you can do if you're a woman is literally just say no. Say no and mean it, not playfully, really mean no. Wait for your God-loving husband, because your God-loving husband is going to really appreciate you saving yourself and waiting for him. And it's just the truth. Women are born with their value, and if they're sleeping around with all these men, every man you sleep around and you put another notch on that body count, your value has just degraded. For men, it doesn't really matter as much. What matters for them is their confidence, their ability to seduce, their ability to make money, their ability to prove themselves in this world, and essentially be an alpha male, to be a sigma male, to rise above, and essentially just be just a master, essentially. Like, they got to master themselves, and it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and it's part of the journey. Like, where I was 5 years ago, 10 years ago, I'm becoming a better version of myself every year, almost every month, every week, every day. I'm working on myself and growing, and I can see the improvements. And I know one day my God-loving wife will appreciate the work I'm doing. And I got to be honest with y'all, it's going to be very unlikely that I'm ever going to marry a woman that's not a virgin. It's just something I value and cherish as a man. I've been saving myself for quite a while now, and I'm working on myself. And one thing I expect from a woman is for her to also save herself as well. And it's a lot easier for women to essentially get laid. They don't really have to do anything. I mean, you could go out right now, you could get on Tinder, you can get on Hinge, you can get on Bumble, you could just go out in public, and you can probably get laid today. If you really wanted to get laid by a dude, you don't really have to do anything to get laid. That's the truth. Like, seriously. But for men, it is so much harder. They can get on Bumble, Tinder, Hinge. They can go out in public. It's not guaranteed at all that they're going to get laid. They could go weeks, months, years. And if they really want to get it, they have to pay for it. They're going to have to pay for sex with a prostitute. There's going to be no love in it. Y'all, this is reality. This is truth. It is drastically different for men and women. Women can get laid so easily. For men, it's not so easy. That's why women are inherently born with the value. They got to say no. That's their power. Their power is to say no, preserve themselves. For men, it's different. They got to earn it. They got to work for it. They got to prove themselves, and that's part of the journey. It's not as fun as a dude. It's not as fun to just like be at the destination. We got to grow. It's the growing and the giving, growing and becoming the best version of ourselves, and like getting that discipline, becoming a disciplined disciple, a sanctified saint, a devoted devotee. Yeah, y'all. Okay, let's keep this message short. Thank you for listening. May God bless you. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you agree, disagree, and may God bless all y'all. Namaste.
God, Krishna, Christ, Guru. God, Krishna, Christ, Guru. God, Krishna, Christ, Guru. God, Krishna, Christ, Guru. I surrender to thee. I surrender to thee. I surrender to thee. I surrender to thee. God, Krishna, Christ, Gurus. God, Krishna, Christ, Gurus. God, Krishna, Christ, Gurus. God, Krishna, Christ, Gurus.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.